Hello, welcome to Dundrol's podcast. I'm your host Justin. So what we're doing, by the way, I want to apologize that I haven't put out like a video. I didn't put out a video yesterday. I was just busy with stuff, right? And then I hadn't watched any movies really to the review and talk about. Which I did watch two movies today, right? The Trip, which is a 20. I watched two Netflix movies. One last night, one today. The Trip, which is a Tommy Wirkola movie. He's a Norwegian director. He did the Dead Snow movies, right? And I also watched The Harder They Fall, which is a 2021 movie. Directed by, I can't remember what the guy's name. The Harder They Fall. It was like Jeymes something. Idris Elba was in it. Yeah, it's the Bullets. What the fuck? Oh yeah, because Jeymes Samuel's part of a band, right? Okay, which is starring Jonathan Mayers, Idris Elba, Falsey Breitz, and Regina King, and Lakeith Steinfeld, which is a western. I'll talk to you about The Trip first. Also, I want to talk about some news, right? Apparently, I want to talk about the news first. Apparently, John Campea. I didn't know if this was real at first because this guy that I watched my video game, my comic book movie news, right? I get my comic book movie news, right? He said like the Joker was going to be in like the new Flash movie, and nobody else is talking about it, which makes me think, oh fuck, and I was deceived, right? Whatever. Apparently, and I think this is confirmed, right? John Campea, like I couldn't believe this shit. Apparently, there's a leaked photo out there of the new Spider-Man movie where Spider-Man, Tom Holland Spider-Man, and Tom Spider, Tom Spider, Tom Holland Spider-Man is in a photo. Is like there's a screenshot of Tom Holland Spider-Man with Daredevil from the Netflix series, apparently, right? I haven't seen the photo, but apparently John Campea took the picture, water stamped it with his name, and put it out there saying it was fake, and apparently it went trending, and now Disney is pissed off at John Campea. It's like, what a fucking dumbass. Why the fuck? What compelled him to water stamp it? Like it wasn't like it wasn't yours to begin with, right? But he was like, "Fuck it," I guess. Oh my god! So yeah, he did that, and now like yeah, people are pissed off him, and apparently like the in the latest trailer for No Way Home, they're still not like admitting that like Tobey Maguire and like Andrew Garfield's in the new movie when everybody pretty much knows they're in the movie, right? Yeah, so I don't know. I thought that was funny. I wanted to talk about how retarded John Campea. I wonder if John Campea is gonna get sued by Disney because it's like because he took a leaked screenshot and put his fucking name on it. Oh my god, what a dumbass, right? What a dumbass John Campea is. Oh my god. So yeah, The Trip. I'll talk about The Trip first. It stars Noomi Rapace as Lisa, Aksel Hennie as Lars, Andre Eriksson as Roy, Artie Antonsen as Peter Larson, and Christian Rubik. This movie is like a dark crime comedy, and it was pretty cool. It reminded me of what was that one movie that Rudyland reviewed from the 90s? Oh my god. I totally forgot, but like yeah, it also reminded me of like uh, Tales from the Crypt, the HBO TV show, where like almost every other episode is about like a husband and wife trying to kill each other. In this movie, right, which is like about this like this Norwegian director, a failing director, and his Swedish actress wife are going to spend like the weekend at his father's cabin, who's like a um who's like a war veteran who like complains to his son about how soft his generation is, right? Which was fucking, and how there's an awesome line where he's like, "Man, I wish I had died in war. It would have been a lot better than dying in this shitty retirement home," right? So like yeah, our main character Aksel Hennie, who I've seen in a bunch of Norwegian movies and stuff. He was in this really awesome World War II movie. I forgot what it was called, but it was basically about this saboteur during Occupy like Poland or Norway or whatever, right? Which was a fucking awesome movie, right? Where he wears like a wig in that. Where like a lot of the movies I see him in, he wears wigs. This is like the one fucking movie I saw where he isn't wearing a wig, except for maybe that one episode of 24 he did, right? So um he knows that his wife Lisa is cheating on him, right? And with this guy named Diego, right? Which reminded me of the one Mexican character from another Tommy Wirkola movie, the found footage movie he did that was like a parody of Blair Witch Project. I forget what it was called. I forget what it's called, but yeah. That reminded me of that. And like yeah, he's planning to kill his wife on his trip to the cabin, right? Which was very obvious that he was planning something because he's like telling everybody at work and his dad that they're going to the cabin and his wife is going to go hiking in the mountains by herself. So he's obviously planning something, right? Unbeknownst to him, 3 criminals have escaped from jail and are living in the attic of his cabin, right? Which the 3 criminals are. You have the Peter Larson, who's the leader, who's like the hardened criminal, right? You have Dave, who's like the charismatic gay guy, who's called Queer Dave in the movie, right? And you have the other guy, I forget Roy, who is a part of a exclusive gang in the prison, right? And he has like a tattoo of Colonel Herzog from the Dead Snow movies on his like arm, right? And he also has like other tattoos, like 2 S's and an N. So you can figure it out. Well, what kind of tattoos those were, right? I can't say because you get in trouble by YouTube, right? Yeah, so like they're a funny group, right? So like the main characters are trying to kill each other, right? They set up plots to kill each other, and it, they one up each other, and eventually while fighting each other for control of the shotgun, they accidentally shoot one of the criminals in the ass, and they fall down from the ceiling onto our characters, right? Right, and then the movie changes focus, and it's like our main characters, the married couple, have to join forces and fight, like, try to outwit and, defeat the street criminals, right? Which the movie gets very gory at times. You see dismemberments and, like, lots of blood, right? And there's, like, very funny, dark scenes where one of the Dave is horny, and he wants to grape, the married couple, one of the married couple, right? And, Lars thinks it's his wife that they want to grape, right? And the guy's like, oh, good, maybe he'll satisfy you, because that's the reason she gives for why she cheated on him, because, he pumps and dumps, right? Right? And like Queer Dave hears it, and it's like, holy shit, that's fucked up. Hears it, and so when it's the reveal hits that, like, Dave is actually gay and is talking about Lars just makes this fucking face like, oh fuck, I can't believe it. Oh, screwed. So, like, yeah, this movie gets compared to Deliverance, and I never watched Deliverance. The old Burt Reynolds movie with John Voight and that fat guy from Preacher, I forget his name. Right, he's in a bunch of movies, right? He was in that English kid comedy film Thunderpants about the kid who farts a lot and makes like a jetpack from his farts or whatever. I can't remember. Ron Weasley from the Harry Potter movies is in that movie as well. Yeah, so like the movie's really dark, right? And it's gory, and there's lots of dark humor, lots of comedy. I really enjoyed, like, the moments leading up to the reveal that they're there to kill each other, where, like, the guys, like, they're just bickering, and, like, the guy brings up Me Too bullshit. Because, like, the wife calls him an idiot because he was auditioning a woman and wanted to, like, see her tits, which is, like, almost like a red herring for later on in the movie, where the one guy, Roy, wants to see the Noomi Rapace's tits, which I wonder why, because we all know what her boobs look like. Noomi Rapace, I think you're a beautiful lady, but, like, you don't got a lot going there. Which she was in Tommy Wirkola's last movie, Whatever Happened to Monday, which I still haven't watched, right? Which I'll review at some point. Oh man, what should I get rid of? Fuck it. Yeah, so I don't know, I really enjoyed the movie. The movie's like, if you're a fan of dark humor, you'll really enjoy this movie. Though I didn't really like the end of the movie. I thought it was kind of the end kind of gets a little cringy, where I don't want to spoil it, but basically, yeah, shit happens. But I will spoil this. I thought it was fucking awesome. The scene where, like, the dad gets a call from his oh fuck, why did I do that? The dad gets a call from one of his neighbors who lives by the cabin, and, like, the old man war vet has to drives over there to try to rescue his son and his daughter-in-law, and I really enjoyed that scene where the old man fights the one dude, and, like, he bites the one dude's nose. He's like, "Oh, you bit my nose, and the old man's like, "What nose?" After he bit it off and he swallowed it. Which it didn't. The nose, you see it, like, later on. It just has a tiny bit, like, tiny mark. But when he first bit it off, it's like the entire tip is missing, but later on you see it again and it's there. So I thought that was like, that was a problem with the movie, but overall I thought it was fine. Oh, and apparently the one Peter Larson character is played by a Norwegian comedian, right? But I don't know. I thought he was okay. I didn't think he was particularly that funny in the movie. It was more Lars and Roy and Dave that were the funniest parts in the movie, and the old man. But I don't know. I thought it was fine. Oh, make sure to check out my friend Not Only Hollywood's review of this movie, because he's Norwegian, but all of his movie reviews are in English. But yeah, he gives like the Norwegian perspective on this film, right? Because apparently he said like Norwegian movies like sucked for a while, and this was like the best Norwegian movie he's seen in a while. Which I remember watching Norwegian movies back in the day. Yeah, besides from Tommy Wirkola, like The Troll Hunter, that was a good movie. That was Norwegian, right? I don't know. And Rare Exports, was that Norwegian? I don't fucking know. Right, I didn't. Oh, also there's like an English dub of the movie on Netflix, but I didn't watch it the English dub, right? So like the second movie I watched was The Harder They Fall, which is I heard about this movie on BitChute. Some guy did a review for it, and it sounded like they ripped off Django. And just put Idris Elba, right? Which he's not even the star of the film. He's like the villain, right? The star is Jonathan Majors, who was the star of that H.P. Lovecraft's TV show that I heard really sucked, which I didn't watch for obvious reasons, because I heard it sucked, and I heard it just sounded like bullshit to me. All the stuff in that H.P. Lovecraft TV show. What was it called? H.P. Lovecraft Country, where the evil elder gods are helping the main characters of the film against bigotry, apparently. Evil elder gods fighting bigotry. Oh my god. Just like in the new Chucky fucking show. Which this movie had some of that, right? But overall, some of that stuff is in there, but the movie I thought was didn't have too much political messaging in the film. I gotta take a drink, right? Which the movie is about. Jonathan Majors plays this outlaw called Nat Love, who was part of the Nat Love gang. And when he was like 10 years old, he was having dinner with his father and mother when this outlaw came in called Rufus Buck, who's played by Idris Elba. Which I'm a huge fan of Idris Elba. Even though like some of the movies he gets casted in are like, what the fuck? Like in the Dark Tower movie, but I still watch the Dark Tower, and despite the miscasting, I thought he did great for the role. Even though Matthew McConaughey probably would have been a better Roland, but it was what it was, and he did a great job in that role regardless, right? And here he plays this outlaw called Rufus Buck, who is like this notorious outlaw who runs the largest gang in the West, but is captured by the U.S. government. One of his guys gave him up, who became mayor and sheriff of a town called Redwood, which that is part of the plot. And Matt Love killed everybody except for him, but he's like, fuck it, the dude's in jail for the rest of his life. I'm just gonna settle down and quit the gang life. the the gang life, which other members of his gang are like this quick draw guy and a sharpshooter, right? Who constantly bicker and the quick draw guy is like um, constantly shows off and constantly shows off and talks too much, right? Which, if you know anything about westerns, you know that kind of shit will get you killed, right? And he's getting constantly taunted about how he would probably lose in a fight with another quick draw guy named Cherokee Bill, played by Lakeith Stanfield, which I thought his character was fucking cringe in the movie, right? And who's like part of Rufus Buck's gang, right? So the movie's basically, back to what I was talking about. The movie's about Nat Love was going to put up his guns and marry his girlfriend, Stagecoach Mary, right? But like he finds out that that Rufus Buck's gang is going to break out Rufus Buck, and he gets approached by this marshal, which I forget the marshal's name. He's in like a bunch of movies. He was in a Jet Li movie called the One. What was his name? Delroy Lindo, yeah. And I think he was in another Jet Li movie called Romeo Must Die. He was in like I think 2 Jet Li movies, right? And he makes a proposition to Nat Love that he won't go after him if he helps him like capture Idris Elba's character, who made a deal with a corrupt general to kill this other general guy who was transporting him, and like his gang showed up and killed everybody. That scene was really fucking dumb. The prison breakout train scene, because that scene was one, like the dude sends his son to investigate the shooting, and then his son gets immediately held hostage by the guys, and he didn't think like that would happen. It's like it's really dumb, man. That was a really dumb scene, right? Yeah. So what happens later on is like our character, Idris Elba's character goes to Redwood and needs money, tries to extort money from the sheriff of Redwood, who was part of his gang and sold him out, but he lets him live. And that character lets Nat Love know where Rufus Buck is, and they kind of help each other, right? And like what happens is that Rufus Buck captures the girlfriend of Nat Love, and Nat Love has to rob a bank and get Idris Elba money that he stole from, plus like money from a bank, right? Which they rob a bank from a white town, right? Which was not as cringy as I thought it was gonna be. But yeah, there is some like anti-bigotry stuff there. Yeah, so like the movie I thought overall was good, but it had its problems, right? It had its problems. The shootouts were good. There was some gore, but the soundtrack for the movie, it's like reggae and rap songs. And then there's the other problem where everything, all the costumes and all the props all look new. They don't look aged they don't look lived in, right? Which you would expect from like westerns, right? Everything looks new, right? And then there's the really shitty plot twist in the movie between Idris Elba and Jonathan Mayer's character, where I saw it coming when like after, like, you know, Idris Elba's gang is all killed except for him, when the main character goes to meet him, he doesn't even have his gun belt on. He just gives up, and it's like, oh man, I knew there was going to be a plot twist about why the one guy killed his Matt Love's parents. Which, did I mention that, like, Idris Elba's character at the beginning of the movie killed Matt Love's family, and that's why he grows up to be like an outlaw, so he can, like, you know, hunt him down. Which he kills one of the members of Idris Elba's, like, old gang, right, in the beginning of the film, right? And it's implied he killed, like, everybody else, right? Even though the white character that Regina King plays is supposed to be, like, a long-time friend of his, so you would think, oh, she would have been a part of the gang, but whatever, right? It is what it is. I was not a fan of this movie overall. I thought, like, you know, it was just, like, too much, like, it was too much a rip-off of Django, and not in a fun way. And, like, some of the lines in the movie are just bad, and it's very try-hardy with its, like, dialogue. And I didn't like how they handled the one character that R.J. Seiler played. What was his name? I forgot the guy's name, but he was the quick draw guy in the gang, right? Where he dies like a very stupid death, right? And I know, and, like, you know, there's a scene where there's like a lesbian female gunslinger that joins Nat Love's gang, who was friends with his girlfriend, and, like, you know, she makes the one dude, like, when there's a campfire scene where he's bragging about how fast he is, and she's like, I've seen faster. Oh yeah, who? In the mirror, right? Which is implying that she was faster, and she avenges, like, you know, the quick draw character and the other guy, like, which is like, what the fuck, man? That came off a bit like, you know, like feminist, like, you know, female empowerment bullshit, when the whole movie is black empowerment, right? Which I don't have a problem with that, but it's like, you know, like, can you do it without insulting, like, other people who are going to watch the movie, like Western fans? To me, this was not, like, a great Western. At best, I would say this is a 6.5. There was some cool shit in the movie, like, it's very stylized, right? And, like, you got great acting, but, like, I thought the dialogue was just bad, right? And so was some of the accents in the movie. Like, Regina King's accent in the movie is horrendous, right? So, like, yeah, I would say it's a 6 out of 10 at best, right? Did I give it a 6.5? I meant 6 out of 10. Also, The Trip is like an 8 out of 10. Make sure to watch that movie. Alright, guys, that's it for this video. Peace. Oh, my